So we look for companies that have really clear momentum, that have really big markets they're addressing, that have a lot of resilience, and that have a lot of optionality.
Shu, it is wonderful to have you on Floor Talk here during NYSE International Day.
Thanks for having me, Judy.
So Shu, I want to start off by talking about the company. Tell me, what motivated you to co-found Bicycle Capital and focus on Latin America?
I've been lucky. I've invested almost everywhere in the world. There are a few pockets that I haven't, but most hot places for venture. And somehow Latin America was never on that list. In 2018, I got really curious about the region with my now partner, Marcelo Claure. We traveled there, we met founders. They're as good as the founders in India and China and other very hyped up places, but there wasn't a lot of capital. So we started a fund within SoftBank focusing on Latin America, got even more excited about it and decided to do it on our own. There are big problems to solve, incredible founders doing it, and not a lot of capital. So it's a very simple equation.
Okay, and how would you say Bicycle Capital stands out from other funds that are in the region?
There haven't been that many dedicated funds in the region at the growth stage. A lot of really, really good early stage funds that have been operating since 2005. I mean, they've been building this incredible foundation in the region. What's missing is someone to pass the baton to. There's global capital that comes in and out, but there's not a lot of dedicated growth capital for the region. I don't know if I could name 2 or 3 funds that have dedicated growth capital for the region. So there's just a gap in the market, and that's what we're filling. We're entrepreneurial fund managers, and so that's the gap in the market that we see.
And Shu, how do you identify startups with a long-term potential in a challenging venture market?
So it's important to note that we're not early stage investors. So the profile of risk of the companies we invest in is quite different from a seed fund or a Series A fund. We're growth investors. What that means is we pick them up at Series B and beyond. Sometimes we invest right before the IPO. It's a pretty different risk profile. And generally there's a lot more data to look at. So we look for companies that have really clear momentum, that have really big markets they're addressing, that have a lot of resilience, and that have a lot of optionality. There are many ways they could build a big business. Those 4 components are really important to us, and they tend to appear. It's obvious when they're there, and it's obvious when they're not.
And which sectors in Latin America are you most excited about for growth?
We've already constrained our universe by saying Latin America, so we try not to over-constrain it by picking themes top down. Instead, we just look for really high-quality founders building really high-quality businesses, and they could come from anywhere. Our first investment was a surprise to me. It's a motorcycle fleet management company in Brazil. I would never have thought that that's something we would focus on. Our second company is an HR benefits platform. Our third company is a B2B marketplace. Very different business models, very different founder types, but all very high quality companies. So quality really is the word that drives us, not sector.
All right, well, Shu, it's been wonderful to talk with you. Thanks for joining me on Floor Talk today.
Thank you.